Welcome to a new series where I will be looking at the history and legacy of each Marvel Cinematic Universe show. I was originally going to start with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but there's another YouTube channel called The Premise that already made a similar video about that show, so I just figured I'll just continue on, I guess. Today I will be looking at the legacy of the second show that was produced, Agent Carter. When Iron Man 3 was headed to home video, along with it came with a one-shot based off the character Agent Carter as seen from the first Avenger. The short film mainly dealt with the social issue of women in the workplace, acceptance, proving yourself, as well as picking up where the first Avenger left off.
I'd hate to step on your...
Steve? Steve?
Later in 2014, ABC announced they'd be producing a TV show of Peggy that would be inspired by the one-shot that was previously produced. The series would see the return of Hayley Atwell with Peggy Carter, and the series will pick up a year after the events of the first Avenger. It was also announced that Tara Butters and Michelle F., who are most notably known for their work on Law & Order Special Victims Unit, would also act as the show's showrunners. It was also announced that duo Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely would be writing the series. If these names seem familiar to you, they should, because they are the writers of a couple of MCU movies, most notably the last two Avengers movies and First Avenger. They were the perfect duo to write the screenplay of the series, since, they were already familiar with the world that the show was inhabiting, as well as the character Peggy herself. The series was slated to air between Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2's mid-season break. Boy, was that a mouthful. On January 6, 2015, 6.91 million people tuned in on ABC to see the first two episodes of the series, and although the pilot's figures paled in comparison to S.H.I.E.L.D.'s 12.12 million figure, it was not a bad number. The season as a whole maintained an average of 5 million viewers. Things were pretty much looking up for the series, with a potential renewal in the horizon. On May 7, 2015, the series was renewed for a second season. Later that same May, Atwell confirmed that the second season would consist of 10 episodes instead of the first season's 8 episodes. On January 19, 2016, the second season debuted with 3.18 million viewers, losing over half the pilot's viewership numbers. The series as a whole maintained an average of 2.7 million viewers. Although the reviews were slightly lower compared to the previous season, every viewer unanimously agreed that the season was very good and highly enjoyable. The season also ended with a cliffhanger setting up a potential third season, and everybody was pretty much excited to see where the series would go from there. Things were looking up for the series, and Atwell herself, ABC offered her to be the star of another show, Conviction, which I have not seen, and assured her that she would probably be able to do both shows. Well, you can see how that turned out. In 2016, ABC announced that Agent Carter would not be returning for a third season, and according to Atwell, ABC wanted her to star in something they felt was less niche and would draw in big audience ratings, and fans were furious. The F word. Campaigns were launched to save the show, even with Netflix taking notice and internally discussing about reviving the show, but they passed on the series, and they released a statement saying it didn't really fit in with the rest of the platform's Marvel content, which is a lot more darker compared to Carter's more lighter tone. Does that sound familiar? At first, Atwell told the media that she'd love to come back, but eventually, her stance changed. She did eventually return as Peggy in Avengers Endgame alongside James Darcy as Edwin Jarvis. Not many people caught that cameo, but it was nice that it was included. By the present day, fans slowly accepted that the series would probably never return. Many fans were at least glad that Peggy's story was concluded in Endgame, with her getting her happy ending, even though it was technically an alternate version, but we're just not going to mention that. Marvel Television did conclude Sousa's story on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with him being one of the main characters in the final season via time travel. To many fans, Endgame and S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7 are the unofficial season 3 of the beloved series, Agent Carter.